Hey, Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and Xavier, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription lenses for your Gucci. What is this one? Gucci 1046 color CUK, the classic red green with the tortoise front. So, from Gucci that is. So first things first, I'm going to take out the original demo lenses that Gucci sends with the frame so I can trace the shape in my Santinelli edger. Just the camera there so you can see a little bit more. It is going to trace the right lens, and then it's going to trace the left lens, and then I'm going to show you the high quality prescription lenses you're about to receive, because everybody loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy the frame, you get free high quality prescription lenses. Now you upgraded to the anti-glare coating to eliminate glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead lights, fluorescent lights, any type of glare source. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull up the shape on the computer and type in your pupillary distance. 32 in the right eye, 30 in the left. This is a polycarbonate frame, and because of the polycarbonate lenses, and because of the anti-glare coating, I'm going to cut it on the soft cycle for a plastic frame. Now, I'm going to take your lenses, which are, being polycarbonate, they are unbreakable, bulletproof up to 22 caliber, and have both UVA and UVB protection, as well as being aspheric, meaning it's a much flatter lens. It doesn't give you that fishbowl look that the cheap lenses that most people order online will receive. So I spin the axis wheel to 64, I spin the power drum to -450, I put your lens into my Marco 101 lensometer, and this should give you a very good view of how dusty the top of my lensometer looks like. Put a few dots on the lens. I'm just going to darken them a little bit so you can see them through this process. That is the right lens. Let's put it right there. Let's do the left lens, -4 1/4, -1/4 at 150. I spin the axis wheel to 150, the sphere power to -4 1/4, then I rotate the lens until your sphere power comes in clearly. I find the optical center of the lens, check your cross curve, which is the astigmatism. That is perfect. Put a couple red dots on the lens, darken those red dots so you can see and follow along at home. Now the next thing I'm going to do is put a block. This is actually what holds the lens in place while it's cutting. It is a double-sided adhesive sticker from 3M. The sticker is attached to the block on one side. I'm going to pull that off on the other. Line this up. Make sure your optical center is there and that red dot is dead center. Let's do the same thing for the left. And because of the anti-glare coating, let's do a fresh one so you can see it all along the way. This is the double-sided pad. Black on that side. I'm going to stick it on there. Pull off the back side of that sticker, just like double-sided tape. Put that there. Now, your anti-glare coating is a little bit slippery. It is a hydrophobic coating, meaning that it does not like water. The same way you can wax your car, and when it rains, the rain beads right off. Liquid does the same thing, so it makes it a little bit more slippery. So I'm going to put another little sticker on there to gain some traction so it doesn't slip while it's in the chuck here. Hey, Chuck. Excuse me, Charles. I'm not on a first-name basis yet. So that is the shape of your lens, the right lens, and I'm going to take this larger one and make it fit. Of course, this is the left lens, but that's going to fit in there like that. The first thing it's going to do is the LMU that is going to trace the shape of your frame onto the lens to make sure the lens is large enough. It is tracing the back side of the lens, the concave side of the lens that is closest to your eyelash. It is now tracing the convex side of the lens, which is the front. The cutting wheel is actually at the bottom. It is this wheel on the left, which is like a heavy grit sandpaper that's going to grind most of it away. The wheel in the center will actually put the bevel onto the lens so the lens stays inside the frame. I will have to close the door as it cuts because it gets quite loud, but I want you to see the lens strike the cutting wheel. There you have it. I'm going to come back a little bit later while that takes a closer shape just to make sure that everything cuts out perfect and get a better look at it. Now, your Gucci frame, can you zoom in on that? That is nice. That's the classic red-green Gucci. This is your Gucci case. I apologize. I stepped on it and got it smushed. No, I'm just kidding. That's why it comes that way, so it'll fit in your back pocket. Of course, you can't see me put it in my pocket, but it just takes up less space that way. And when you want to use it, It just opens up. There's your Gucci emblem. It folds open, and it now becomes a triangular case, that Italian leather. Trust me, this smells good. And it does snap shut. And when you want to save space, just close it down. It folds up. This is the Gucci eyeglass cleaning, the cleaning cloth. That's what I'm trying to say, the microfiber cleaning cloth. We'll see you, Barry. Just saying goodnight to my coworker. It is now 7:03 on Wednesday, February 5th at 52 degrees here in my hometown, at least according to my Samsung Gear watch. This whole process will take about 15 minutes, and hopefully you'll have fun watching your glasses being made. So Xavier, I do appreciate you buying the frames for me. You could have bought them from anyone, but you bought them from the guy who gives you free prescription lenses. I must say, well played, sir, well played. How did you let me talk me into that? So it is getting closer to the shape, and if you notice, it's still completely flat all the way around. There's no way for it to stay inside the frame, so the bevel's going to go on next. So that is it. It's almost like a nickel where it could stand up on its own, but now you will see the bevel start to go around the edge of the lens. This is what's going to hold it in place. This is a Santinelli edger. It is an Italian edger that is going to cutting lenses for your Italian frame, your Italian leather case. So you can actually see a little bit of optical sawdust that comes off the lens while it's cutting. And now it's just going to give itself a quick bath, a quick cleaning. I closed the door to protect my $30,000 piece of equipment so no water splashes on it. You know those Italian precision machines, they don't like to have debris and water scattered about everywhere. So we're almost done with the right lens. I'm going to do one more step before I pop it in. And I can do any prescription lens in just about any frame. I have access to every frame. My website is coming on rather slowly. It is getting there, but if there's a frame you want that I don't have offered yet, just email me and I can have it shipped within 2 to 3 days to you, more than likely. So the right lens is done. I'm going to take it out of the chuck, and it's still a little bit of rough at the edges, so I'm going to use my safety, the handstone, which is going to put the safety bevel on there. And this is completely flat. It just works by friction. And actually, let me clean up my mess here. Of course, that's what I'm going to use in a moment. But you can see this white powdery substance that goes around. That is called the Schwarf. I'm going to use my thumbnail and clean off that residue from around the edge of your lens. And just like you've seen me do many times, I drop this on the counter to be clean, and then I wipe it on the floor. And I love saying, kids, don't try this at home. I'm a professional. I went to school for years to learn how to wipe stuff on the floor. Don't think you can do it as easily as me. I am a pro. Okay, so I'm going to start by tucking the lens in at the outside corner and push down at the nose. It does not fit yet, so I'm going to take a little bit off. I'm going to take about 1/10 of a millimeter off your lens. You can always cut more off of a lens. You can never add to it if you ever get it too small. You have to start from scratch and cut another lens. And you actually upgraded to the anti-glare coating. You paid an additional $30. Your prescription lenses are free. By the way, again, I can't say this enough. You are getting the polycarbonate lens, which is 40% thinner and lighter than plastic. And it's also an aspheric lens, which is a much higher quality than just the spherical cheap lenses you see out there. It gives you that flatter curve. You don't have any bulges coming off your lenses to make your eyes look magnified. That's where I start, and then you can add on from there. You can add anti-glare, or you can add transition, or you can add both, or neither. I have access to every lens out there. Transition comes in gray and brown, although this time you're just getting the anti-glare coating, because you already have your Gucci sunglasses, so there's no need to do transition in these. We're almost done. We're going to check the fit of the right lens, and then we'll cut the left lens. If you have any questions, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. I can generally answer any email within 24 hours. I do work 15 hours a day, Monday through Friday. I'm a little lazy on the weekends. I only work 10 to 12 hours on the weekends. just so I can catch up with family. I am a one-man show. I'm not complaining. I'm just letting you know what's involved with shipping out all over the world, staying as busy as I am. So I'm going to clean that swarf off. Let me dry this lens just so it's not slippery when I try and work with it. It's rather embarrassing when you see me drop a lens on the floor. It does happen. That's why I'm slowing down with you. So again, I start at the outside corner, push down at the nose, easily snaps in. The reason why I don't want to push it in too fast is that over time, a large lens will stretch your frame. And think of this as a gutter. It causes the gutter to bowl outward and become rolled, and then your lens will not stay in there. So I'm going to flip this over to do the left lens. Hit start, and it's going to repeat the same process you saw before. The LMU is going to come down and trace the shape of your frame onto the lens to make sure it's large enough, which I know it is. It's just a common routine. It does every time. And since we've done this, I'm going to move on and check the prescription of the right eye and get this ready to ship. Now, I take the block off which held it in place. I pull off that little sticker, save that, and I'll throw it away with the other one in a moment. Get rid of that block. Sorry, force of habit. Okay, I'm going to put your lens back into my lensometer, spin the axis wheel back to 64, and verify that everything lines up perfectly. Yes, look at the dust on my lensometer. Minus 450. Another 2 steps to, which makes minus 5. We went from minus 450 to a minus 5 when you have, remember in high school when you said you'll never use algebra on the job? Well, this time you do. Someone owes you $4.50, they borrow another 50 cents, they own 5. 5 diopters of correction. Hopefully you can see all this. My GoPro camera hopefully should zoom in enough. So we're good. That red dot, I will measure your pupillary distance in a moment. You have a pupillary distance of 62. I will verify that in just a moment. This is a beautiful pair of glasses. It comes with a black front. It has the classic red-green on the side. So this is a great pair. I am married to the Ray-Ban New Wayfarer. I have 10 colors of this frame, 1 set of prescription lenses, and I just pop my lens into a different color every day depending on what I'm wearing. Today I'm rocking the blue-orange. By the way, this is the rarest of all colors. This is color 789. Most people don't even know this color exists, but it happens to be the colors of my hometown baseball team, the Durham Bulls. Perhaps you remember a movie a few years ago starring Kevin Costner and Tim Robbins, Susan Sarandon, Bull Durham. These are the colors of the uniform, so I stock this color. This is the only color that Ray-Ban does not keep in their U.S. warehouses. I have to order this out of Italy, and if I don't have it in stock, it takes me about 2 weeks to get it because they literally ship it in. So your left lens is cutting. We'll check on that in a moment. Now, your cleaning cloth, your Gucci cleaning cloth you get with your case. In order to clean them about once a month or whenever you see it getting dirty, just wash it at the kitchen sink with dish soap, rinse it out, and just let it air dry on a dish towel or on a paper towel on the counter. Hang on, the guy who's redesigning my website is calling in. Let me answer this real quick because he charges $100 an hour and I got to meet with him. Hey Jeff, you are live on the air with freeprescriptionlenses.com watching someone get their glasses made. What can I help you with? I gotta warn you, the camera's picking up your voice, so don't say anything too weird. What can I help you with? We're still on for 7:30, right?
Yeah, if by 7:30 you mean 7:45.
Hey, that looks great because according to my watch, well, you're on my watch now, I can't tell what time it is. So yeah, I'll be glad to meet you at 7:45. Is Zach going to be with you, the rest of the team?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I will see you at 7:45. This is the last pair of Gucci's I'm cutting today, and then I'll be glad to meet you.
All right. See you soon.
Okay, see you soon. Goodbye. I love my Samsung Gear watch. I can receive texts, I can receive emails. The best thing is when you're listening to music, you scroll through to the media player. And now I can control my music from my wrist. I don't have to get the phone out to... Oops, it's making the music play on my phone over there. But you don't have to get your phone out to adjust the volume or to change tracks. I can do it straight from my phone now. Love this thing, my Dick Tracy watch. And you don't have to hold it up. The only reason I was holding it close is because the sound of the edger running makes it a little bit hard to hear because I don't have the volume up that loud. So I can tell from the sound we're just about to stop, and I'll check the size of the left lens. Xavier, are you excited about getting your glasses? This is not your first pair of Gucci's. I know you have a pair now. You got a pair of sunglasses from me before. The safety bevel. But this is the first time you actually get to see your glasses being made. This is the first time you get to see the sawdust come off the side of your lens onto the counter. Kids, you know what happens next? Yes, onto the floor. Best part of my job. My wife hates it when I do that. Why can't I be clean? Everyone's watching. Why you gotta be messy while everyone's watching? Hey, gotta be me, you know? Be yourself, because everyone else is taken. That's what I keep telling her. So I pop the lens in at the outside corner, and then with my thumbs I press down at the nose, and it's still actually a little bit snug. So because based on the prescription, your left lens is a little bit stronger than your right. I'm actually going to take it down another 1/10 of a millimeter. Actually, let me do this. I only did 5/10 of a millimeter. And there it goes. Same thing before. It's actually just going to drop down on the bevel wheel. It's not going to go to the cutting wheel. It's just going to go around and around a few times and take 1/10 of a millimeter. And when I say 1/10, this is my PD stick. I'm going to put my thumbnail on both sides. That is 1 millimeter. I'm taking 1/10 of that off all the way around the lens. I do have a frame warmer. This is the classic way that you would heat up a frame and try and makes it become more pliable. And the only reason I don't do that is that, again, if I'm in a hurry, well, not me, but other people out there who cut glasses for a living, if they're in a hurry, it's a way to cheat. If you never see the person wearing them, you never have to talk to them or never have to worry about them coming back in a couple years and wonder why their frame has become misaligned, misshaped. I have to talk to everyone. Being the owner of the company, I'm responsible for all products that go out. I am never going to send out an inferior product as long as I'm on the job. You may see me joking around in here. I take my work very seriously. I just don't take myself seriously. And if I can pat myself on the shoulder, when you're as good as I am, you can joke around and horseplay, because I back it up with integrity. Everyone out there who's trying to scam people, you better stay professional. You'll fool more people into thinking that you really are a pro. Okay, let's put the safety bevel on there one more time. You've seen this step. Kids, the favorite part. Run your thumbnail on, get the sawdust off, on the counter, onto the floor. Dry the lens off. And actually, I do this so much, hopefully my camera can zoom in on this. I have worn a V-shaped bevel into my thumbnail from running it along the groove of lenses all day long. I call it my occupational thumbnail. So again, I start at the outside corner. Let me remove that debris that I see on there. Tuck it in at the nose, and it snaps right in. So let's de-block the lens. Pull off this little sticker. Put it with the other one. Drop that into the trash. Drop. Don't be stuck on my finger. Okay, I'm going to hold let's actually hold this card up so you can see. And if all goes well, those two red dots, which are going to be right in front of your pupils, that is your optical center. I'm going to put my pupillary PD stick up there and measure, and you're actually getting 62. If you can see that on the right hand side, I may have to adjust the focal length. Sorry, shop talk there, just to make sure you can see that. And then to verify the prescription, spin the axis wheel to 150. I know I have a lot of dust on top of my lensometer. Anyone's welcome to come here and clean that for me. I'll tell you what, how's that? Does that make it cleaner? Okay, that is -4 1/4. You have one step of astigmatism to a -450, and that is that. I'm going to take my optical grade acetone, clean the dots off your lenses, and then the next last thing I'm going to do before shipping. Yes, I keep 2 cleaning cloths in my pocket, one in the right, one in the left, depending on which hand I'm holding glasses with. But I just want to put your frame into standard alignment, meaning that it's a 3-point stance with the temple tips and the bottom of the frame being the third. I put it on the table to make sure there is no wobble. I flip it over. Same thing. Fold the hinges. Everything closes straight. It is ready for shipping. I'm going to put it in with your Gucci cloth in your Gucci case. Xavier, again, thank you very much for buying the frames from me. You're getting your free prescription lenses when you do so. If I can be any more help in the future, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com, and hopefully you've seen one of the many, many ways that I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.